Welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, where we uncover the facts, examine the evidence, and make sure no case is forgotten. Welcome, you guys, to Viral Crime with Jocelyn. We are back for another Deadly Leo breakdown today. Today we are breaking down the Nipsey Hussle case. Of course, he was a Leo. Kudos to him. Best thing he could have ever been. So, welcome back, you guys, to Deadly Leos. And tonight we're going to Los Angeles, Crenshaw, Slauson, a neighborhood where a little boy named listen, I'm going to try to say it right. Ermias, Asghedom, would eventually become somebody the entire world knew as Nipsey Hussle. He was born August 15th, 1985, a Leo, a rapper, a businessman, a father, a brother, a neighborhood figure, and ultimately a deletion victim. So before we go any further, let's pull him up on the scene, you guys. Because like I said, on this channel, none of these cases will be forgotten. We will go over these cases 3, 4, 5 times if I have to. Hey, Kick, I see Kick is chiming in. Hey, thank you guys for watching. Also, before we go any further, thank you, YouTube, for your 30,000 subscribers. Plus, I appreciate you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Listen, turn on your notification. You don't ever want to miss a live from me. I promise you. It takes a lot of time to put this together, but I love doing it for you guys. So please share it, get it out there. We're everywhere. We're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, Patreon, and X. I need to write this and put it up somewhere. We're everywhere. So if you say you can't find the Viral Crimes with Jocelyn family, you're lying, because we're everywhere. So let's get back to this case, you guys. Where is he at with his handsome self? When I first saw it, I said, it's a handsome young man. It's so sad that he had to go out like this, you know. But as I get older, I'm realizing as I'm spending more time doing these cases that 9 times out of 10, it's the ones that you love. It's the ones that you sacrifice for. It's the ones that you will die for will be the ones that try to make you meet your demise. So you got to be more careful about your circle than you do the people outside it, as sad as it may be. The people around you are more jealous of you than your people out in the streets. Your family is more jealous. I promise you. Just keep doing what you're doing. So anyway, because listen, let's take this from the top. As I was saying, he was a neighborhood figure and ultimately a deletion victim. But tonight, I'm not starting with the because if all we talk about is how he passed, we completely miss the reason people are still arguing about this case 7 years later. We're going back before the Grammy nominations, before Lauren London, which, listen, my eyebrows was up on her the entire time. I watched this case from the beginning to the end, and if anybody was acting strange, it was your girl Lauren London. You know, before his $100 mixtapes, before marathon clothing, this young man had it going on, and he was destined for success. So before people were calling him a community leader, back when he was Ermias, if I'm not saying this right, y'all get into the chat and tell me how to say this. Ermias. That's the reason why he changed his name to Nipsey Hussle, because you can't pronounce it. Back when him and his brother Black Sam were two boys growing up together, you guys, they were just, it has to be very beautiful to have such a connection with your brother or your sister where you guys can come up and just blow up together. I wish I had that option. I would have loved to build businesses with my brother and my sister and do those things. But, I'm a one-man band. Okay. So here's a picture of him and Black Sam right here. They were extremely, extremely close, these two. So back when him and his brother, Black Sam, were two boys growing up together, we're talking about the streets. He chose to not to abandon after becoming successful. And 9 times out of 10, that is the problem. And it's unfortunate because when God reaches in and he delivers you from something, you don't go back digging in the crates. No, he took you out. You were one out of the plethora of guys that was in your camp. And out of all of them, God said, you come out. And you were supposed to come out and keep pushing forward. So I never question when God removes people from my life. I don't even have to do anything. But when God say, and every time I did question it, I promise you, it turned around and bit me clear in my buns. So I don't question it no more. Once he removed you, hasta la vista. There's no coming back. So we're talking about Herman as well. Okay. So this was Cowboy Douglas. You know what? Let me see if I can get a picture of this. So we're going to go slow. Y'all going to have to hang out with your girl. Hold on. Let's pull a picture. And I meant to get a picture of him up, but I didn't do it. But that's all right. Because we family here. Cowboy. I said his name was Cowboy Herman. Now, he was another one that I also thought was very suspicious. Oh, here that joker go. Oh, Lord, see, people like this, you just have to walk away from. You cannot bring everybody with you. And when are we going to realize that these blessings are your blessings? They don't belong to anybody else. So take your blessings and run, hightail it. So let me bring up a picture of this guy. Where's he at? I got him here, guys. I got him. Listen, I'm becoming so good at this. So here he goes right here. Let's blow his butt up. Like I always tell y'all want the edited version, come back in 48 hours. And the edited version with all of this fluff will not be in the scene. But until then, you're watching the live and we're chilling together. That's what we're doing. We're just kicked back. So, okay, so we have, can y'all see the cowboy? Yeah, y'all see that joker. Y'all see that joker. So now here we go. Back when he and his brother Black Sam were two boys just growing up together, enjoying life, protecting each other, being there for each other. We're talking about the streets he chose not to abandon after becoming successful, which I will never understand that. We're talking about people that he decided, I'm taking everybody with me. We're talking about he took Herman, Cowboy Douglas, one of the men who knew him long before the world did. He trusted this guy. I didn't. I promise you guys got to understand. If you guys are in a crew of 7 guys, okay? I promise you, please believe me. Listen, I done been through these experiences enough. You're in a car, chilling with your friends. Friends, y'all rolling, you know what I'm saying? I promise you, there's 3 in that vehicle who could care 2 craps about you. And I promise you, you have to start being okay with being okay alone. Hey, you guys, look at this. I got my tip jar. Look at, drop a tip up here. My Cash App, Love Me 9214. Put a lot of time into this. And I need new lights. I need new lights, you guys. Like I bought lights and they just so hot. So listen, donate to the cause. But anyway, so yes, you got to be really, really careful, you guys. You can't take nobody. It's unfortunate, you know, even your family members, you got to watch your back on all of it. All of it. No one wants to see. Listen, it's very rare you find someone whose heart is so pure that they truly want to see you successful. Very rare. Very, very rare, you guys. So here we are. We have he brought along the cowboy, okay? So we're talking about the people who were standing around Nipsey. We're talking about the people who weren't standing there, and we're actually asking one uncomfortable question. How does one of the most recognizable South Los Angeles men end up standing outside his own business without the normal security protocol? That blew my mind. His brother says he was supposed to have been there, but if I'm correct, I believe that Nipsey gave him the day off, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Nipsey had on his rose petal glasses. He had his rose petal glasses on. He's going to his hood. He's going to his business with his supposed to be friends. Nothing can happen to him in that setting. That's like you saying, I'm going home. I'm not from where I'm at right now. I'm not from here. But when I go home, listen, everybody know I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? They see a rental car in the driveway of my parents' house. Everybody knows, you know, it's no big secret. And I have my guard up here more where I'm not from than I do where I'm from. And that's what happened to him, unfortunately. But I tell you this much, you guys, I know when it went left for him. See, oh God, all of these cases right here are surface level cases. Surface level investigation, surface level everything. You got to peel these apart like an onion. Even to the what do you call them? The remember when the ambulance pulled up and the crisis actors? Them wasn't freaking EMTs. Did you see the way they were dressed? They were crisis actors. A lot of time they want us to believe it's holding. They want us to believe and they're trying to distract us from what it truly is. It's just like with the last Deadly Leo case I did, which was Tory Lanez. And I broke that down. Why everybody's like, oh, it's Meg. No, it was not Meg. It was none of that. It was those EFTs that he took and he created to make money, got rid of the middleman. Nobody's making money off this kid no more. So now it's like, okay, you think you above the program? Nah, buddy. We finna like I said it, we finna humble you. We're about to humble you and show you you're not above the program. So I played that video. And if you saw how he was acting and the cockiness and the pride and I beat. Nah, bruh. That's when you met your maker right there. You should have shut your darn mouth and went into the corner and thank God and made your money. And I'm going to show you guys why this happened to him. Just hold on. Give me a little bit. We breaking this down. So now, like I said, okay. So because years after Nipsey's passing, Black Sam finally spoke publicly about something that changed the conversation. Sam said that when Nipsey normally arrived at the store, somebody from their team was supposed to be positioned near the doorway and armed. Come on now, guys. No bodyguard. Team wasn't there. Nobody was armed. Nobody was watching his back. You think this is all coincidence? Nope. Keep your third eye open. It's all distraction, okay? So Black Sam said that the team was supposed to be positioned near the doorway and armed when he arrived. But on March 31st, 2019, according to Black Sam, that protocol wasn't nowhere being followed. There was just nobody. This like sending Michael Jackson down to the hood and just say, hey, buddy, drive the car, get out and go to the Piggly Wiggly and get yourself a hot dog. So that's He entered into danger the moment he got into his vehicle, when in his mind, these things are set up. Even though he did give his bodyguard the day off, why he did that, I don't know. We'll never know. But there were still protocols that were supposed to be in place to protect Nipsey Hussle, and they weren't. So Sam wasn't there. Okay, let's stop right here now. That does not prove that somebody around Nipsey betrayed him. And it doesn't prove that they, anywho, allegedly. It doesn't prove a setup, and it doesn't prove that it wasn't a setup. Okay? It does not prove that somebody ordered the deletion. It doesn't prove that somebody did not order it. You see what I'm saying? Come on, you guys. You guys have to really figure out these distractions. What are they distracting us from? What is going on? It's so many distractions out here. Just like right now, the biggest distraction that I see on this internet is this Blueface and Kershaw thing, and people not even aware that what in Russia, locusts are over there just taking over. Come on now. When y'all start seeing so much of one thing in social media, ask yourself, what are they distracting us from? And if you dig deeper, you're going to find what it is. So it doesn't prove that, this was a setup, but whatever. That's between me and you. Okay. Don't tell nobody. But it gives us a question worth asking. Why was that Sunday different? I didn't even test to see if y'all can hear me. Hold on. Oh, yeah, wait. Can y'all hear me? Hold on, y'all. Drop a one in the chat, y'all. Oh, yeah, we good, y'all. We good. That's what happens when you go live. The other day, I did a live, and I swear to you guys, it was my award-winning live. I promise you, I would have gotten Oscars for it. It was like Oprah, Gayle King level. Oh, my God. It was the best I have ever done. You guys, hour and 45 minutes. I ran these lips. I mean, there was no ums, and oh my God, I was just like, I thank all the little people. It was that type of thing. Can y'all believe I shut down this damn studio? Went to go, because I like to go back and see how I can do better, how I can grow. And the darn mic was on red the entire time. Oh God. Listen, I almost cried. I said, I can't repeat it. I had to just delete it. But anyway, let's get back to Nipsey Hussle, you guys. Let's keep going. So, why was this Sunday different, you guys? Just ask yourself, why? Why was this different? So, that is the question worth asking. Why was it different? Because approximately 10 minutes after Eric Holder walked away from Nipsey, came and dapped him up, gave him a little shoulder pound, he returned. Why? The reason was so stupid. It was so frivolous. Y'all dig deeper. Oh, he stubbed my toe, so I came back. Nah, that ain't it, bro. And Nipsey Hussle never made it home that day. Prosecutors presented surveillances and eyewitnesses, evidence showing Holder leaving. None of that matters. I don't look into anything that the government, maybe I shouldn't say that, y'all. Y'all know what I mean. I'm going to trust it. I'm going to tell you where I like to get my information from, the streets. Get into that TikTok. TikTok will break it down for you, okay? It really will. So tonight we're separating this case into 3 boxes. What court proved, what Nipsey own people said, and what the streets and social media are still questioning. So those are not the same thing, you guys. So this is 3 different categories. And tonight, we're not going to pretend that they are the same thing. These is 3 different questions, and we're going to answer each one of them. But you know what? Before we get started, like I said, welcome to Viral Crimes with Jocelyn. Tap that like button, share this live, and turn on your notifications so you'll never miss a live from your girl. Jocelyn. So listen, fair use. We're back. I hear in my ear, I hear kick. Thank you guys. Oh, that's my tip bucket, you guys. Y'all see? Wait, y'all see? Wait. Anyway, it's my tip bucket up there. So, hey, Dreesy on TikTok. Thank you for joining. We got Kick. Thank you guys on Kick. YouTube, thank you on YouTube. Facebook, thank you. Twitch, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, we growing. Become a part of this community, and I promise you, you will not regret it. So let's get back into this. I like to do a little something now. I promise you guys, by the end, I'm going to tell you that all of this fluff that the man, okay, all right, okay, so all of this stuff, it ain't true. They knew. See, he did something that he should have never done. He overstepped his bounds. And that is what happened when we get a little too much fame. We get a little too much notoriety. We get too much. Then they got to humble us. We're going to get into that, y'all. Y'all going to hold on tonight. We ain't rushing this case. This case is too important, and it means a lot to a lot of people. So, okay, so now, before Nipsey Hussle, there was, you know his government name, Ermias, before the braids, before it all. Before the marathon flag, before Crenshaw sweatshirts were being worn around the world, there was a little boy growing up in Los Angeles with his brother. Nipsey's legal name were Ermias Joseph Asghedom. I said this 100 times. And let me tell you something. He was the most adorable baby. We have a picture of him. He was so cute. Look at him. Oh, such a beautiful, beautiful little boy. So before all of this, there was a little boy growing up in Los Angeles with his brother. Nipsey's legal name was Ermias Joseph Asghedom. His father, DeWitt Asghedom, was Eritrean. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm going to look up what this is because listen, I don't like to go past stuff that I don't know what it is, so I can educate you and educate myself. Let's see. Okay, so Eritrea, it's officially the state of Eritrea is a country in the Horn of Africa region of East Africa. Its capital and largest city is Asmara. The country is bordered by Ethiopia to the south and Sudan to the west. So that's where his parents and him is from. So he grew up alongside his older brother, Samuel, Black Sam, Asghedom, and their sister, Samantha. And if you want to understand Nipsey Hussle, understand Black Sam, okay? Let's get back over here. Here's a picture of him and Black Sam. We got to understand this whole family dynamic. And I loved that they were so close. They loved each other. And they went through life protecting each other. Although Sam did go to prison for, he did a bid. Nipsey did his best to make sure when Sam came out, he was popping, and he did his thing. And that's the love of some siblings. You don't get that type of love all the time, and it's unfortunate because we're more powerful together than we are apart. But stupidity is what it is. Okay, so after he grew up alongside his brother, and if you want to understand Nipsey, you have to understand Black Sam, okay? So because Black Sam wasn't somebody who appeared after Nipsey became successful, they grew up together, they played together, they fought like brothers, they dreamed together, and eventually they built together, okay? Now, they said that Nipsey was very, very good with his hands. He was able to take things apart. I mean, he was like the next Steve Jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was that good. like collect a whole bunch of junk computers, put it together, create this massive like studio. Okay. So in an oral history compiled after Nipsey's passing, Sam described his brother as doing virtually everything together as children, summer camp, karate, basketball. They were very, very tight, you guys. Very tight. His sister remembered hearing him rap when they were children. Classmates remember him carrying backpacks, participating in rap ciphers, and constantly reading. And that's another thing, that to become a really good rapper, you got to read. You have to broaden your vocabulary, which Nipsey Hussle did. And that's very important because there's a tendency to flatten Nipsey's story into he was just a member, become rapper. He was more than that. You know, so this story is more complicated. He was very educated in his own right. Just because you don't go to college and you don't have a master's or a bachelor's does not mean you're not educated. You know, most of our richest people, you know, owning these major companies didn't go to college. You know, some of them can't afford it. It is what it is. So in the midst of him growing up, there was this curious child. He was a reader. A kid, he was interested in technology, extremely interested in music. And there was also a kid growing up in an environment where the Ang culture was not something you watched in movies. It was outside his bedroom window. It was outside his bedroom window, you guys. So how do you grow up in this? This is who you are. This is this is in your DNA. You know what I'm saying? It's in his DNA. It's nothing he can do about it. So eventually, what does he do? He becomes associated with the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips. He later spoke openly about that part of his life rather than pretending it never happened. Contemporary profiles and later reportings documented that both Nipsey and Eric Holder had ties to the same Rolling 60s environment, which makes this even more unbelievable. Not unbelievable as the fact we can't believe it. Unbelievable because it's not true. It's just not true. They could have actually had somebody outside his set do it, but somebody in his set. So Nipsey was trying to evolve without pretending. He came from somewhere else. He stayed in the streets, which he should have left. But anyway, listen, chat. I have a question. Can somebody outgrow the streets while still remaining physically connected to it? Can you detach yourself from it while you're still in it? I don't know. You know, but I will tell you that question is going to become very important later on in this story, you guys. So I'm going to put on a little video. Like, I'd like to chop it up in a little bit. So I'm not going to show y'all what made him get to where he's at because of what he said and what he did. But we're going to, let's look at this one. The life and death. Here we go, y'all. Where's it at? What did I do with it? Y'all see my big old cursor? Because your girl, my eyes, I be seeing that cursor. I was like, where the cursor? Because I have, so many monitors in here, because I like to see my kick. I like to see my twitch. And sometimes it'd be like hidden. I was like, oh, Lord, I need to make this bigger. But anyway, here we go, y'all.
But this isn't a story about an ending. This is a story about a boy who refused to leave, a rapper who became a businessman, a gang member who became a visionary, and a man whose death would shake the foundations of one of America's most notorious gang wars. This is a story of Nipsey Hussle and the marathon he ran for us all.
Why do you think the murder of Nip hit so different? Like, I feel like that traumatized a lot of us in a different way.
Unexpected. You ain't expect somebody to do something like that to a prominent figure.
Before we dive into this incredible journey, if you appreciate stories that go deeper than the headlines, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is the kind of story that needs to be told. Let's get into it. August 15th, 1985. Ermias Joseph Asghedom enters the world in the heart of Los Angeles. His mother, Angelique, African-American. His father, Dawit, fresh from Eritrea with dreams of a better life. They settle in Crenshaw, a neighborhood where palm trees shadow liquor stores, and every corner tells a story of survival. But here's what most people don't know. Ermias wasn't supposed to become Nipsey Hussle. He wasn't supposed to join a gang. He had a father in his life, siblings, and a roof over his head. So what happened? At 14 years old, Ermias makes a choice that would define the next
Wow, black family, just like his daddy.
chapter of his life. He walks away from home and into the arms of the rolling 60s neighborhood Crips. Not because he had to, but because in Crenshaw, loyalty meant survival. Brotherhood meant protection. And the streets offered something his teenage mind craved, belonging. But there was always something different about him. His friends noticed it, called him Nipsey after the old comedian Nipsey Hussle. Because even then, even in the middle of gang life, he worked differently, hustled differently, thought differently. And then, 2004, 19 years old, deep in gang life, his father does something unexpected. He takes Ermias and his brother Samuel on a 3-month journey to Eritrea, East Africa. Imagine this. A young Crip from South Central Los Angeles, walking the streets his father once walked, seeing poverty that makes Crenshaw look wealthy, meeting people who fought a 30-year war for independence, who rebuilt from nothing. Something shifts, something awakens. When Ermias returns to Los Angeles, he's carrying something more dangerous than any weapon the streets could offer. He's carrying a vision. December 2005, 20-year-old Nipsey Hussle drops his first mixtape, Slaws and Boy Volume 1, independently, no major label backing, just raw talent, and that work ethic his friends named him after. The streets take notice. But here's where the story gets interesting. While most rappers are trying to escape their neighborhoods, Nipsey's doing the opposite. Every bar, every verse, every mixtape is a love letter to Crenshaw, a middle finger to anyone who wrote it off. 2010, he walks away from Epic Records, turns down Machine, and in an industry built on taking orders, Nipsey Hussle decides to give them. He launches All Money in Records, his label, his terms, his marathon. Now, pay attention to what happens next, because this is where Nipsey starts writing the blueprint that will change everything. 2013, he drops Crenshaw, his 8th mixtape, but instead of giving away for free like everyone else, he sells physical copies for $100 each. $100 for a mixtape. The industry laughs. Critics call him crazy. But then Jay-Z, the Jay-Z, buys 100 copies, $10,000 in one purchase, not because he's generous.
Think about it, guys. Why? Why? You know how many dudes is out there selling mixtapes out the back of their trunk? Why? It's like the industry peeks into somebody. My mother used to say, the devil will peek into your future and see that your future is bright. And the devil will allow you to get to a certain, and then when you think you're above him, he'll show you, listen, this don't have nothing to do with God. Because why Jay-Z? This guy is selling mixtape out of a sock. Come on, y'all. Think. Use your brain. I'm gonna tell y'all, listen. Go back and watch my the live I did on Tory Lanez and what took him down. It wasn't Meg, it wasn't the pow pow, and it had nothing to do with that. It was all a ploy. So just ploy, you guys. I'm just saying, you guys. Listen, I'm not over here to sugarcoat nothing. I may whisper because I don't want to like it. But as long as you guys get it, and I may mouth it to you. But you guys gonna get it. Let's keep watching this darn camel bringing down all these black.
Because he's smart. Because he recognizes something the industry doesn't. Nipsey just redefined value. 2018. After years of marathon running, Nipsey releases Victory Lap, his debut studio album. It debuts at number 4 on the Billboard 200. Gets nominated for a Grammy. Critics call it a masterpiece. But Nipsey's already thinking bigger. While other artists are buying chains and cars, Nipsey's buying property. In Crenshaw, the same blocks he used to bang on. He opens Marathon Clothing, a smart store with technology. All
right, let's slow it down. They're moving way too fast for me. They're moving way too fast, okay? We got so much more to unpack, and they just barreling through it. No, we're not doing that here on Viral Crimes with Jocelyn. We're taking our time. So now, the trip. So let's break down this trip. And I think that this trip impacted a lot of, changed the way he thought about life, changed the way he thought about it, humbled him. Okay. So now at a roughly 18, Nipsey travels with his father and Black Sam to Arita. And this wasn't a weekend vacation, you guys. He didn't spend, 7 days. He was there for months. Months. Can you imagine? After 2 months, you begin to become part of that environment. So Los Angeles had taught him one thing, and that was how to survive. But in Eritrea, exposed him to family, heritage, and African country where Black people controlled the institutions around him. Can you imagine going somewhere like that and coming back and feeling so powerful? Like nothing can stop you because I've seen it. I've witnessed it. People like me, they're owning things. They are in control of everything. This where we live, the USA, is just a small part of this entire world. And he was able to see something, and it introduced and set a fire in this young man. Okay. So the Los Angeles Times later described that 2004 trip as a meaningful part of the worldview that developed him afterwards. It was a transition, you guys. He went through a transition. And little did he know that God put him in that place to be able to experience that transition. So once he gives you that, what do you do with it? But a lot of people don't have discernment to say, this is what he gave me. This is the gift, the blessing. What am I going to do with it that's going to be pleasing in his eyes? That's the problem. So just imagine. You're a young Black man from South Los Angeles. You've been seeing neighborhood politics. You're in the anger, with the rolling Crips and all that. You've seen poverty. You've seen elimination of people that you loved. This man has seen and experienced things. And now, mind you, he went on the vacation when he was 18. He already seen all this despair way before he even went on this journey. Listen, then he travels halfway around the world, you guys, and sees another version of himself. Another version of Blackness, another version of possibility. When Nipsey came back, the street environment hadn't disappeared, but something inside of him was expanding. And I think a lot of times we have to experience other things in order to really see where we're at. And this is the version of Nipsey that I want you guys to remember. We taking it slow, y'all. We ain't rushing it. I ain't got nowhere to do. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Either hang in here or you don't. You can chime into the chat. You know what? I finally got my Google phone number. I'm going to start opening up the lines so you guys can call in and we can have this. I think I'm going to stay tonight once I get off of here and get my phone number connected so you guys can call in and we can really have this one-on-one conversation, because this is your channel, you guys. If you're a part of the Viral Crimes with Jocelyn family, this is your channel. So we're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. So right now, we don't have that phone number connected yet, so I guess we got to talk about what I want to talk about. So, and this is the version that Nipsey, I really truly want you guys to remember. Not the ang banger and all that, though. I want you to remember the 18-year-old that went over, took this journey, and came back a man. So, because later we're going to watch him repeatedly choose between two worlds. And can you imagine the tug of war in his mind and in his heart? So the immediate reward and the long game, the fast money, the ownership, the record deals, the independence, leaving the neighborhood and investing in it, and just trying to be true to where he came from. Where a lot of times God will reach into you, take you out so you can bless somewhere else. because not everywhere, not every place can be saved. So you guys, y'all know this happens every single time we're live. My dog, she at the door like, let me in. So we're gonna go back over here and finish watching this, and I'm gonna let my baby in so she can be our co-host right here. So let's keep going, you guys. No, let's unplug that. You hear her?
Embedded in the tags. He launches Vector 90, a co-working space teaching kids in South Central about coding and STEM. He partners with local schools, invests in real estate. He's not just rapping about change, he's engineering it. And here's the part that makes this story almost mythical. Nipsey never left, never moved to Hidden Hills or Calabasas. Every morning, he'd pull up to Marathon Clothing, same corner, same neighborhood, same streets where he wore blue and claimed his set. But now he was claiming something bigger. March 31st, 2019, Sunday afternoon. Nipsey's outside Marathon Clothing on Slauson Avenue, signing autographs, taking pictures, talking to his people. A man approaches, Eric Holder, someone from the neighborhood. There's a conversation. He leaves, returns minutes later. At 3:20 p.m., shots ring out. Ermias Joseph Asghedom, Nipsey Hussle, 33 years old, father, entrepreneur, artist, activist, gone. The news spreads like wildfire. From Crenshaw to Compton, from Los Angeles to London, from trap houses to boardrooms, the world stops. But here's where this story transcends tragedy and enters the realm of the extraordinary. Within hours, something unprecedented happens in Los Angeles. Bloods and Crips, gangs that have been murdering each other for over 50 years, start gathering, not to fight, to mourn. Social media explodes with images no one ever thought they'd see. Crips in blue standing beside Bloods in red, arms around each other, crying together, united. Within days, gang leaders from across Los Angeles call for a truce, not a temporary ceasefire, a truce in Nipsey's honor. Think about that. A man leaves a gang in his teens, spends his life building instead of destroying, never snitching.
We slowing it back down. They trying to ear hustle us and just plow through this man's legacy. Okay, so now we said, he's battling in between leaving his neighborhood. He's battling with investing in it. And sometimes, tug of war. We don't know who's going to win. We just don't. We don't know if we're going to make the right decision. I think that he should have just walked away. That's my thought. So the qualities that create your legacy can also increase your exposure. Nipsey believed in being accessible. Check. Wrong. Accessible to the neighborhood. Check. Wrong. Accessible to young people. I don't know. Accessible to people coming home from prison. Not anything that put this man in harm's way emotionally, mentally, financially, and first of all, physically. Check it all off. I'm not trying to be accessible to people that's come home from prison. I'm sorry. I will mail you a gift package in the mail. Here's my what's that little code? My QRL code, whatever that is. You take a picture of it and send it to whatever, and you're going to get your care package. But I'm not breaking bread no more. I'm so sorry. I've evolved, and unfortunately, you haven't. So this ain't for you. Accessible to somebody walking into the darn shopping center just begging for... No, I'm not being down there. That's why I don't hire people. Oh, my God, Nipsey, you was not thinking. I'm sorry. No, we hiring people. We got our stock crew. We got why am I going down there? All I need to know is what did we make today? Email me the spreadsheet. That's it. I don't need to come below. I'm sorry. It's not acting better than nobody. It's being safe. I'm in a different place, a different tax bracket. Let's keep going, y'all. Let me put my glasses back on so y'all can hear me louder. Because obviously somebody's not listening out there. Leave these people behind. Now that accessibility, you guys, did it make him loved or did it make him a target? Drop it in the chat. A target of love, you guys. Come on now. But by 2019, Nipsey wasn't simply another neighborhood guy standing outside on the block. He was internationally recognized, exactly. Which raises a question nobody could answer until it was already too late. Could neighborhood Nip still move like neighborhood Nip? Think about it. Let's ask that question again, you guys. Could neighborhood Nip still move like neighborhood Nip? Drop a 1 if you can, drop a 2 if you can't, you guys. So now we have to talk about Black Sam, you guys, because after Nipsey's passing, the public largely knew Black Sam as Nipsey Hussle's brother, but that's incomplete. Sam was part of the business operation. Sam was very smart. They both were brilliant. The merchandise, the marathon, all money in for him. And what I did love about their relationship was that every ideal that each one of them brought to the table, they never knocked down each other. And that is the problem, that you have two people working together and somebody's ego is bigger than the other ego. So that ego can destroy everything. And you have two people with these brains, and you have one person saying, I know their brain is, it's crazy. They come up with these perfect ideals. Then you have this other one with this ego, my brain, no. And you are shooting down $1 million ideas for no reason because of your ego. And that's why the Bible says the ego will sin. Ego for a man is horrible. Let it go. You hold people back with your ego. Let's keep going, you guys. So the physical infrastructure around what Nipsey Hussle was building and his own life has street complications, okay? Sam has spoken publicly about having been incarcerated during part of Nipsey Hussle's early rise. He recalled watching the Hustle in the House video from prison and seeing an entire dorm stop to watch his younger brother on TV. Imagine that. You're locked behind bars. You're about to go to the mesh hall, to a cot, and you hear your brother. How proud did he feel? He didn't feel jealousy. He didn't feel pride. He didn't feel proud. What is it? You know what I mean. He was proud of his brother. He didn't have an ego behind it saying, oh, that's my brother. Well, no. He was very proudful of his brother. So now you're inside. You finally come home. Now he's asking, where do I fit in? Okay. Now, if his brother was a prideful man, he would say, oh, you can't come home. You just left prison. You don't have ideals. Your brain. Nah, he was like, I know. When you know a person and you know a person has a head on their shoulder and that person is smart, you're the idiot when you don't allow that person to shine. You are stunting that person and stunting yourself. But he did not act like that. He took on his brother's persona. He did what he had to do. And guess what? Sam said he began looking for a way to add value. And he found it. Clothing, branding, businesses, growth, stocks, crypto, bonds. That's what Sam was good at. And thank God that Nipsey allowed him to do what he was good at. And that's why they were able to make the money that they made so soon. You got people out here with people with brilliant minds and people stunting them. And then wonder why the suffering continues, because you're not allowing someone to meet their full potential. So let's keep going, you guys. So now, Black Sam is home now. He's home. They put money into inventory. They took it to shows. They expanded from crew necks to hoodies, hats to shirts. Then Nipsey recognized something bigger. You see how they fed each other like a domino? You know, like they just stacking on each other's brain. Like, okay, we here. I'm going to take us here. Oh, we here. I'm going to take us here. No one is saying that's not going to work. It's frustrating when you have a brain that you know it's brilliant, but someone stops you. It's crazy. I don't care how old you are. Listen, I'm well over 50. And I came up with this just last year. And I said, this is something I want to do, and I know I could be good at it. And I'm not going to be good at it, you guys. I'm going to be great at it. And my channel is going to grow. Our manifestations, I speak it into existence. Whether or not you believe me, I believe me. That's all that matters. So they expanded from crew necks to hoodies, hats, shirts. Then Nipsey recognized something bigger. Crenshaw was a location. That's where he went wrong. You should have had this out in San Bernardino or something like that next to the Skims. Sam Letter described the transformation as the birth of the Marathon clothing line. So when Nipsey passed, understand that Sam loses not just an artist, not just a business partner, not just his famous little brother. He loses the child he grew up with beside. So it cut him better than anything could have. Okay? The person whose phone calls could change the direction of an entire business in a day. And they explain why some of Sam's later comments about March the 31st carry so much emotion. Now, Sam wanted to handle business because at the end of the day, Sam was a gangster. It was in him, and he wanted to get his own revenge. But because he's smarter than a fifth grader, he knew he would lose more. And that's not what his brother would have wanted, because his brother, although he kept the business in the streets, in his own mind, he was not in the streets anymore. So I don't know how that makes sense, because technically he was still in the streets. But anyway, so Nipsey didn't wake up famous, you guys. He didn't. He went through the struggle just like we all do, had an ideal. And some people put it into, make it come to life. And some people just sit back and dream about it. I know for myself, I'm not a dreamer. I'm action. Like if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Hook or crook. So that's that Leo in us. Like Leos, we don't sit back and we don't wallow in our own crap. We don't, oh, woe is me. No. What is the solution to this? What is the next level? And we're never satisfied. You know, some people may think, oh, she crazy. She gonna start our darn little podcast at 55 years old. Listen, you're never too old. You're never, ever too old, you guys. So if God placed something on you, take it and run. You know, so, and that's the sad thing about a Leo. It's never enough. Like, it's just never enough. But once you learn your Leo, if you have a Leo in your life, you don't try to suffocate that Leo. You let that Leo flourish and grow. And it's like a winning lottery ticket if you just accept it. My mother used to say to me, don't no moss grow under your feet. I was always doing something. I still am. I don't even know how to rest. I really don't. So let's get back to Nipsey Hussle. That's just the connection with the Leo in him and the Leo in myself. And we're only two days apart from each other in our birthdays. So we're really connected in that, in the sign. And, you know, astrology is just, it's all entertainment. But it amazes me sometimes how they are really on it when it comes to these different signs. So the early mixtape helped establish him locally. Then came projects such as Bullets Ain't Pals Ain't Go No Name series. He got industry attention. He worked with the major labels, but eventually he leaned heavily into independence, which I like that about him. Excuse me. And that's where Nipsey becomes very fascinating, because his strategy wasn't how can I get famous fastest. He didn't think about that. His strategy increasingly became, how much of this can I own? ownership of my own music, ownership of my own brand, ownership of my own business, eventually ownership of his own real estate. So his mind was not surface thinking. And it was that mind that got him into a whole lot of trouble. Hey, you, Seth, on TikTok. Hey, thank you guys for chiming in on Kick. I really appreciate you guys. I see you out there. I'm just giving you guys your props. I'd like to take a minute to just acknowledge those that are supporting the Viral Crimes with Jocelyn family. So, Kick, I see you. Twitch, you're here. YouTube, always. Love my YouTube. I love all you guys. TikTok is always in the house, so I appreciate you guys. So, this is where I believe that his mind became too big for the industry. He started thinking bigger than where they wanted him to be. So his team even turned down opportunities that might have made him rise faster. He was looking for independence. I get it. I don't want nobody controlling me. What I have is mine. I don't lean on nobody. Like, as a Leo, okay, I follow the success story. You can sit up here and be on YouTube. Just think about it. I've been doing this 9 months. I have 33,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm not listening to the person that's been in here around 5 years and only has 600. I don't want to hear what you have to say, because obviously you're doing something wrong. I'm not taking your advice. I'm following the success stories. And if you're following the success stories, you shouldn't have 2 subscribers after 9 years. So I'm a researcher by nature. My husband said that's my gift. I research. I'm an expert witness. On my 9 to 5, I have to research. So I find things that most people don't, because my brain, I have a mind of an analytical mind that will find the P in a 5,000 foot square home full of furniture. And that's my expertise, and that's what I do. So that's why when I try to explain things to people and they try to be like, oh, no, I don't explain it anymore. You try at this age, I don't try to tell nobody nothing anymore. So I can understand why his mind, it never was enough. And that's how he met his demise. I'm going to show you guys. Hang in there. Hopefully more people come in, because I'm going to tell y'all what happened. So Black Sam has recently discussed how close they came to accepting a Maybach Music opportunity. They turned down Rick Ross, y'all. Oh, yeah. They turned down Rick Ross. Nipsey saw something bigger. According to Sam's account, Nipsey respected Ross, but ultimately wanted to structure. He wanted to structure it himself. He did not want anybody in control of anything. I get it. So that tells you something about Nipsey. He wasn't anti-business. He wasn't anti-major label deal. He wasn't anti-giving away the house. Let me think, you guys. Another move came from him. There was another famous move that really was trying to put him on that he did not accept. And I get it. Like, I so understand these Leos that is in my series. You know, we have done so many Leos and I understand them all. You know, even though they may have done things that was not right, ended up in jail and all this, I understand their mind and what they were trying to do, from the loyalty to trying to protect the people they shouldn't have been protecting. I get it. So 2013, Crenshaw, instead of begging everybody to download the project, Nipsey created a proud to pay strategy. Limited physical copies, price $100. People around him thought he might have lost his mind. Black Sam later recalling being one of them. He thought that his brother was crazy. He was thinking outside the box, and I get it. It's nothing worse for a Leo to come up with an idea that is shot down before it is even actually from the whole, hearing it from the front to the back. It just shot down immediately. So Sam said Nipsey had been studying marketing concepts and understanding that pricing the project at $100 would itself create conversations. You see do you get it? This was not about the $100. It was about promoting. Now, listen, bad news, good news is all promotion. And guess what it did? I don't know how Jay-Z heard about it, but he did. $10,000 that Jay-Z dumped into these copies. So suddenly the conversation wasn't who is Nipsey Hussle. It was, why does this man think his mixtape is worth $1,000? Thank you, Kick, for chiming in. I appreciate you guys. Listen, everybody that comes into this channel, I appreciate you guys so much. We are here. We are breaking this case down. We're not rushing through it because I don't have nowhere to go. I don't know about y'all. But tomorrow I have my phone number on here so you guys can dial in and we can actually talk about this because we can learn from each other. You know, not just me sitting here running my mouth. If y'all got something y'all want to show me, put it in the chat. Tell me about it. What y'all know that I don't know. So, because the people who believed in what he was building, and it wasn't simply just music. It wasn't simply, this dude was trying to build an empire like Lucius Lyon. He was trying. Sam has since described the Proud to Pay as an early version of the type of exclusive access model people later associated with NFTs. Exactly what I just tell you. The last story that I did was Tory Lanez. That's where he went wrong. He ran his mouth when he shouldn't. Go back and watch that. Broke it down. Go watch the video. Don't watch the live because, you know, in the live, we do things like this. Hi, guys. What are you guys doing today? My videos, I edited, and it's just pure, beautiful content, you guys. So if you want to get that story, go back over and watch the video of Nipsey Hussle, how I break it down, and how I show you guys what he did that ended him. Had nothing to do with Meg. And I'm about to show you what this guy did that ended his career. So Nipsey wasn't waiting for somebody else to declare his value. That's a Leo. We know what we are worth. If we're with somebody or we're in the circle and you don't know our worth, let me tell you something. One day I was talking to ChatGPT. I was unloading all these things that I've had in my mind for years. And I'm just dumping on it. And I'm like, oh my God, I just have all these ideas. And you know what Chat said to me? Chat said, if you would have done this 3 years ago, you would have been a millionaire by now. You are the winning lottery ticket. So they told me. That's just how my brain works. And, and I'm not a lazy woman. Unfortunately, I do more than I should. And it also told me that no human being should carry so much. It did. It said, you need to rest. I don't even know how to, because I'm not where I need to be right now, where I want to be. I live a very comfortable life. I'm not going to lie. But I just, you know what? I don't know. It's an illness, you guys. Being a Leo is an illness. Should be a diagnosis for it. So, you guys, the Marathon clothing store wasn't simply a merch shop. Let's pull up the Marathon, which I didn't understand. I felt that, now this is the scene, this is the scene where it all happened at, this right here, where's he at? Hold on, y'all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna blow this one up. This right here was I bet a very, very proud moment for him. And actually this had to be a very, very proud moment for him. To see himself in front of his first actual business, and he's in between T-Mobile and Boost, the Marathon clothing. I don't know why he just didn't let his employees do what his employees were supposed to do that day. And I know if he had to do it all over again, he would. So, let's see what else we have picture-wise. Let's see, we have right here. This is where it all took place. His circle. the homies, the people around him. One of the names you're going to hear repeatedly is Herman Cowboy Douglas. Yeah, the cowboy. This dude right here. I didn't like him from the moment I laid eyes on him. So Cowboy was not some random man who appeared in 2019. He was a longtime friend and neighborhood figure who knew Nipsey and later worked around the marathon operation. Why? Because Nipsey felt that he wanted to take the homeboys with him. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fun unless the homie gets some. No, it is fun without them. Trust me. So Cowboy was present at the location the day Nipsey passed and later testified in the criminal proceedings. Years after, Cowboy gave the court one of the most emotional statements about the damage the passing of Nipsey caused. He said Nipsey was like a friend, a son, a father, and described the passing as something that devastated the community they had worked so hard to build. But the years Nipsey since his passing have also produced public tension and speculations involving people who were once in his orbit, you guys. Yeah. Cowboy has participated in long-form social media interviews. Went out and bought himself a new cowboy hat and chaps and everything, discussing his relationship with Black Sam and the fact that they have not always remained close after Nipsey's passing. Of course not. Clips and interviews discussing that relationship continue circulating online. Now listen carefully, chat. Listen carefully, Violent Crimes family. A friendship breakdown after a traumatic passing is not evidence that anybody participated in that murder. And it also is not evidence that that person did not participate in that passing. So I'm not going to tell you guys that Cowboy did something. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Cowboy didn't do something. The evidence does not establish that as of yet. It just doesn't. But guess what? I don't have rose petal glasses on. So just as much as it may be a negative aspect, there's a positive aspect. We just don't know which aspect is true. We will never know. Thank you, Kick. I appreciate you guys chiming in. We will never know the aspect. Because at the end of the day, we are all humans. And guess what we do? We lie. None of this is the truth. None of it is the truth, you guys. It's all lies. And the only thing that is the truth is what I'm about to show you guys. I'm about to show. Hold on and hang in there and share this with your friends, your family. Listen, I'm about to tell you guys what the truth is. So we're Nipsey's surroundings still being managed with the level of discipline his new level of fame required because his own brother has publicly questioned that. These friends around him, the cowboy. And this is where the conversation gets uncomfortable, you guys. Black Sam questioned. He said this multiple times on different platforms. And he continues to ask this question. Where was the protocol? And what I mean about the protocol was, number one, Nipsey was never supposed to leave his house without a bodyguard. That day, bodyguard failed. When they knew down at the marathon that Nipsey Hussle was coming for a visit, there were supposed to be workers and an armed guard at the door. Nothing that day. So years after the murder, Black Sam sat down with Big Boy and talked about March 31st and much more details. So, and one portion immediately became a major social media discussion. Sam described what normally happened when Nipsey arrived at the Marathon store. He says somebody from the team would ordinarily be at the door. And according to Sam, that person would be armed. Sam himself might be positioned there, but there was someone there at all times. But on March 31st, Sam wasn't there. And Sam says nobody positioned themselves in the doorway as expected. So to this day, Black Sam questioned why. Maybe somebody was busy helping customers. Maybe there was transition towards operating simply as a legitimate clothing business and not as an armed guard service. Sam said he didn't know. But his fundamental point was the normal protocol wasn't being followed. That is Black Sam's account and interpretation, not a jury finding. And now the question became much bigger then. Were the wrong people around Nipsey? Maybe the better question is, was Nipsey too accessible for the level he had reached in life? And that's what I believe it is. You see Michael Jackson walking around in mask. I don't think that Nipsey, I think that Nipsey thought that he was above the program. Or maybe he didn't think he was famous enough. But comfortable enough, or he was comfortable enough in his own neighborhood that this is what I'm thinking he might have felt, that he could still, shake and move in there like normal. And that because of who he was, the notoriety of who he was, that wasn't going to take him down. Maybe he didn't think he was wealthy enough. But at the end of the day, guess what he thought? He thought the marathon was home. He was respected enough that people may have assumed nobody from the neighborhood would touch him. But do you know what they say about somebody that assume? You make an ass out of yourself and them. So that assumption got him nowhere. So it was a tragedy. So Nipsey, that final Sunday, you guys, let's bring up this final Sunday. This is heartbreaking to a lot of people because at one point Nipsey was doing a ribbon cutting. He was cutting ribbons. He was like on the top of the world. Look at this young man's face. You got Big Boy back here. Big Boy, change your name to Loose Skin Boy or Little Boy or something, because you after the got your bypass, you're not Big Boy no more. Anywho, stay focused, y'all. Look at this. I'm just going through the scenes right now because I'm about to tell you guys where he went wrong. I'm about to tell you where he went wrong, and I'm going to tell you who decided he not going to go down that same trail. I'm about to tell y'all. So, but we're going to appreciate the moment we have right here with this young man, because here on Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, no case will go forgotten. Okay? So we have his memorial in front of the marathon. Very, very sad moment, as you can see. A lot of people showed up to pay him respects. Again, you got him and his brother. The love between them two, undeniable. Sad. The crisis actors. Yeah, all of these people, crisis actors, you guys. Don't believe it. Sorry. So now let's get to what happened, okay? This is where he went wrong, you guys. Get it out there. I might just pause because I need a lot of people to hear this, because this is the mistake. This is the mistake that these people are making in the industry. Loose lips do what, you guys? Sink ships. Hey, Kick. Love you guys. Loose lips sink ships. So, like I said, let me get into my Kick and interact with my peoples. Yeah, that's right. We're interacting. Like I said, I'm not rushing this. Why am I rushing this? I could be on here all day, every day, because this is what I let it do. So if you want to subscribe to me on Kick, Go over to Kick, subscribe to my channel over there. Please like, share, and subscribe on Kick, Twitch. Listen, if we friends and we subscribers here on YouTube, TikTok, show your love on all the platforms, okay? Because we're about to get into it, but we're going to hold out a little bit. I'm going to make y'all work for this. I'm going to make y'all work for this because I know the answer. I know the answer. Hey, Facebook. Like I said, y'all want the uncut, edited YouTube version, you're going to get it in 48 hours. But until then, we got to satisfy all the platforms and Kick likes to watch. Right, Kick? Y'all like to watch. I love that about Kick. Kick be taking it slow. Listen, I'm going to be on my other channel, which is These Criminals Are Crafty. And I've been trying to say, you know, if I'm going to talk about this Krishan thing, but it's so ugly. I just don't want to give it any more energy. It's just so sad. It's so sad. That young man is so lost. All you can do is just pray for him. His mama is disgusting. Anywho, let's not digress because it is about Nipsey Hussle. So, y'all ready? Let me go here. Let me go into Twitch and see what we got going on in Twitch. One of my TVs I had to take down because it was talking on top of me and I couldn't figure out how to take it down. Then I had to buy another monitor because somehow I was trying to change the color on the monitor. And I don't know if I kicked it out of, but it keeps saying, so if anybody have any suggestions, it keeps saying safe mode and I can't get out. So I just bought another one. I'm just over it. So hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. So I'm just waiting for some more people to get into the chat. I really, really am, because maybe y'all learn something about shutting your mouth. Let me matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up a Bible verse about shutting your darn mouths. People talk too darn much. That's the problem. Hold on. That's how they came up with the saying loose lips sink ships. Hold on, let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna mute it. Okay, y'all. Let's see what the Bible say about people who talk too much. And that's what happened to Tory Lane. That's what happened to Rich Porter. That's what happened to Bobby Shmurda. Those are all deadly Leos. Go back and watch the videos. They all talk too much. So hold on. I'm gonna read this Bible scripture to you guys, because I know you're supposed to go into the closet and pray in quiet and peace. Not out here allowing God to give you a blessing, but yet you take that blessing to just build this ego and this pride about you. No, that's not what it's about. I'm waiting for people to get in here, because I'm about to tell you guys why Nipsey Hussle met his demise. Had nothing to do with all this crap. Nothing to do with it. Hold on. I tell you, it's weird. I can be on ChatGPT all day and get all the answers I want. I promise you. Go back and watch the video. But every time I come on live and want to share something, it act like it's stupid. Like it's got a mind of its darn. Oh, talk about monetization. I ain't saying nothing about no darn monetization. You know what, you guys? It's about to piss me off. Hold on one more time. It won't even allow me to even say it. Whoa, this is crazy. Hold on. Okay, let me see if Gemini. Okay. Proverbs 13:3 said, those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruins. Y'all heard that? That's Proverbs 13:3. That happened to Bobby Shmurda. That happened to Tory Lane. And I'm about to show you how it happened to Nipsey Hussle. It also says, Proverbs 10:14, wise people store up knowledge, but the mouth of the fool invites ruin. Thank you, Kick, for chiming in. Aries, Dana, thank you for joining on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. We also have Proverbs 21:23. Those who guard their mouths and their tongue keep themselves from calamity. Shut your mouth. Proverbs 18:21. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Okay? So let's see what Nipsey did. My phone is pissing me off because I'm hungry and it keeps sending me pizza. It keeps sending me pizza discounts and wings discount. Listen. Kick, I appreciate y'all. Listen, look above. It's my Cash App. I have a tip jar, you guys. All this takes time and energy. And hopefully that you guys enjoy the content. And I will be here for a while. So let's get into what he did that took him out, you guys. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can find it. Hang in there, y'all. I hope I didn't get rid of it. So I'm going to lower this screen right here. We're going to get hold on. Oh, I see it. Okay, you guys. It's right here. Hold on. Let me get that out of here. There we go. Let me go back to the beginning. No, I don't want to go back to the beginning. Let me go right here. I think this is it. Okay. I'm hungry, you guys. Somebody send me a pizza.
And in the cup.
Somebody send your girl a pizza. Hold on, y'all. That's crazy. Why can I? You know what? I'm going to have to bring up a whole nother scene. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Okay, y'all see that, right? This is where he went wrong. And I'm going to tell you something else after we get into this. Y'all going to be like, hold on, y'all. Like I said, y'all want the raw, fresh edit, perfect. Listen, that's the problem with this world. Everybody wants things to be perfect. It is not perfect. I'm so sorry. And on Viral Crimes with Jocelyn, we are definitely not perfect. But we try to be. But my edits are perfect. They are. Okay, let's get into this. Because I need to be on the screen because I need to hear this too. Here we go. This is where he went wrong.
Couple of toothpaste and much more, and they have additional
Thank you to Health Blends for this content. We appreciate you.
discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. What's going on? We back. It's your boy CJ Goodfella and Nick Cannon, and a couple of Instagram posts, which I'll link the article to the link. You can see all of it. It's saying that basically he's vowing to finish Nipsey work on Dr. Sebi, the documentary that Nipsey was working on. He's back. Goodfella Sports TV, it's your boy CJ Goodfella. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, thehealthblaze.com, for all your 100% all natural product needs. From soaps, lotion, foot soaks, bath bombs, magnesium lotions, and much more. 100% all natural products. Use the promo code Goodfella Unboxing and get 18% off their all natural products as well. Website, promo code ARP. If something out today. Hat on and saying he, is no longer of this earth. I'm not going to say that, I know nothing or nothing about that, but about that whole situation. But, it just seemed like a coincidence. You never know. Could have been gang rape. Just don't never know. All right, but one thing he was working on was that Dr. CB documentary. The guy that was putting out the alkaline diet was basically a vegan diet, and he cured cancers through the vegan diet and through the alkaline diet. He healed. I think he cured cancer, but I know for
He did cancer, HIV, diabetes, everything. And if you thought that you were going to interrupt the pharmaceutical industry and allow natural properties to take place and take the money and the food out of the mouths of the rich and famous by producing a movie, creating a book, it was never going to happen. And I will tell you this too. No, you know what? I'm going to go slow here. So let's go back and listen, you guys.
sure he cured HIV, and he went to court back in the 80s and beat the case, and then they said he was end up getting killed from pharmaceutical company, whatever the situation may be. But
the big pharmaceutical,
basically the conspiracy brothers, the conspiracy brother hats on, are saying that's the reason why he was hit. It is what it is. He no longer of this earth, man, and blessings on his heart and blessings on his spirit. But Nick Cannon's gonna pick up where he left off at with the doctor.
Y'all hear that? He said Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon said, hell no. H-E-double hockey sticks. I'm getting the hell up out of here. Nick Cannon said, I ain't doing it. Nick Cannon started getting sick. Nick Cannon was like, no, sir, no, ma'am, I'm not doing it. Nick Cannon is not stupid. He got way too many babies to feed. But this is what happened to him. I don't care what they tell us in the news, what we hear in the streets, Holder, all that stuff. It's so much bigger than the streets, you guys. It's so many layers to this. In the streets, come on, y'all. They the bottom feeders. This had to do with CB.
CB documentary, and he know what comes with it. He knows what comes with being real. Nick Cannon is very connected in the entertainment business, from being connected through movies, being connected through music, being connected through Nickelodeon. Now he on every other show. He's doing when you talk about a person that's doing a tremendous amount for the black community, he gave an opportunity for up and coming comedians to come on Wild 'N Out. I mean, he's coming out speaking. I think Nick Cannon is at the point of his life where he at peace. I done it. I did it. I done been married. I done smashed 1,000 types of chicks. I think he at that point where he at peace and he's standing on his power, and he picking this up, and he ain't been holding his mouth. He's kind of taking
okay, you guys. This is what I've learned just now. So it says after Nipsey was deleted on March 31st, 2019, Nick Cannon publicly vowed to continue Dr. Sebi's project. Okay? It says Cannon later said he and Nipsey had personally talked about health, wellness, and Dr. Sebi, and that he wanted to pick up the baton rather than let that part of Nipsey's version disappear. Now, mind you, let me tell you again, this was in 2019. We are in 2026. And Nick Cannon done created 5 babies, and he's not thinking about Dr. Sebi or Nipsey Hussle, allegedly. So Cannon eventually released a trailer titled Strong Enemies, The Untold Case of Dr. Sebi. And this is where your show gets especially interesting. Hold on, y'all. It says after Nipsey passed, social media exploded with theories claiming his Dr. Sebi documentary was connected to his passing. Nick Cannon's announcement that he will continue the project intensified those theories. There is no established evidence that Nipsey was passed because of Dr. Sebi or the documentary. So then why is that even in here? If that's not an option, why is that in here? Why would they even say that? So it says for here we go. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. So let's see what happened to it and why he did not bring it out. So let's see, you guys. What y'all have for dinner? Wow, I'm always worried about. I'm such a big bag. I'm always worried about where I'm about to eat at. I am. I'm like, oh Lord, battle with the weight ain't no joke. I got a husband. I don't need to listen. My husband love me if I'm 2 pounds or 2,000 pounds. I think it said it. Okay, so it never came out as a public. It says it never came out as a full publicly released documentary, and the newest information found changes the story quite a bit. Nick Cannon released a trailer for Strong Enemies on March 31st, 2020, exactly 1 year after Nipsey Hussle was deleted. It said at the time, some reports described the documentary as completed, but there was no release date. Nick told Revolt in April 2020 that he hoped to take the documentary through major film festivals, blah, 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 blah. Come on. Club Shay Shay interview, Cannon made clear that the project had not simply disappeared. So as of the August 2026, there is no evidence that the project was complete. Nick said, listen, he get it. His eyes open. He said, y'all not doing this to me. Not today. So guess what Nick Cannon did? What the Bible told him to do. He shut his darn mouth. Let's keep going, you guys. Where we at? Hold on. We're looking for Dr. CB. Here we go. Let's finish it. What this guy has to say. Obviously, this was created before Nick Cannon was like, listen, I'm not doing nothing with this case. I'm just sitting back chilling. But anyway, let's continue.
Point in the black community, saying some things that people like and saying some things people don't like, you know. And, you know, obviously him and Nipsey had some conversations and stuff of that nature. But, and they was close, close enough to have those conversations. But I'm all for it. I'm glad he's going to pick it up and finish it. Hopefully, you know, he puts out the best work possible, the most thorough work possible. And, you know, he just got to be careful. You know what come with it. But Nick is way more connected with the man than Nipsey Hussle ever was that I know from the naked eye. But we'll see how it come out. I definitely support it, man. Definitely support, you know, the message, anything positivity or anything that's brought to light that can enlighten our people, that can, you know, not even our people. This diet can be for, you know, this documentary can affect white people the way they eat. It can affect black people, Arabics, Indians, Mexicans, everybody. You know, and I don't think it's a black thing. I think, you know, by bringing this to light, this is a human race thing. It's about how to survive and all the things they put in your food, all the dyes they put in your meat to keep it red, that cause cancer, nonstick pans, and how you get rid of it and how you use the natural organic herbs and substances from this earth to really cleanse your body of any diseases. And now you see superfoods coming up that the government don't want you to have. All types of stuff. You know, he enlightened people that, you know, the base protein, the real protein comes from plants. It doesn't come from meat. Protein is secondary. Meat protein is secondary because the cattle get it from eating plants and eating the grass. That's why you see a gorilla only eat banana animals. You don't see a gorilla eating a big thing of chicken or a lion limb or nothing like that. I'm joking saying that. You know.
Listen, I'm to the point in my life where I'm trying. My goal, this is my goal, is 1 meal a day. That's my goal. I'm trying to, you know, live as long as possible so I can bring you guys the best content that I can, but that's my goal. And I really am trying to reach that. It's not easy and it's hard, but guess what? Every day that God gives me a new day, it's one day closer to my goal. It really, really is. So, you know what, you guys, we done unpacked this case. This man passed way too soon. Way, way, way too soon. And at the hands of another man. Do I believe he just woke up one morning and said, hey, I want to take out Nipsey? No. Do I believe that the forces to be was yes. I don't look at superficial stuff. I don't look at things with no substance. I look a lot deeper. I really, really do. So before we leave tonight, I want everybody to answer this question. What bothers you the most about this case, you guys? Is it Eric Holder being able to leave and return? Because we know he left. He left and he came back. So what happened in the interim? You know what? I wish I could find the crisis actors, because I remember watching. I was like, "What the freak?" It was another lady. I'm gonna talk about her later. But anyway, so the fact that Eric Holder left and returned, is it the security protocol you think that Black Sam says wasn't followed? Do you think that was part of it? Is it that Nipsey remained so accessible despite his fame? Is it the conspiracy theories? Or is it simply the fact that a man who spent years trying to improve his neighborhood was ultimately deleted in the very place he refused to abandon? Do you believe we know the full story? Hell no, we do not. And we never will, you guys. So, like you guys know, I love to end my channel with a prayer. And today is the same as always. So, Heavenly Father, tonight we lift up the family and the loved ones of Ermias, Asghedom. We pray for his children, his mother, his brother, his sister. We pray for his wife. We pray for his friends and a community. We pray for them as well, because in the end they thought that he was their hero and was willing to try to bring them out, Lord. We ask that you continue to work in that community. Bring what you need to bring. Place the right people in place, Father God, please. We also say thank you, God, for allowing the viral crimes with Jocelyn family to bring the content that you want us to bring that will make you proud. I ask that all my followers, subscribers, and those that tune in tonight are blessed. And may they be blessed when they're coming and blessed when they're going. Dear Heavenly Father, continue to wrap a hedge of protection around the viral crimes with Jocelyn community. Keep them safe, Lord. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. Listen, nothing is above prayer. Nothing. And that's what we do here. We pray for the people that are listening to us. And we thank you guys for following and for spending time with us as we go through this case and break it down.